Oh, hello, William Han here, host of the podcast you're about to listen to or watch. And just a quick message from me to let you know that we go again. On the 12th of December, we're doing another This Album Podcast live show. We're going back to West Hampstead Arts Club. Last one was so much fun. Oh my God. But this time round, going to be live music from Potenko and Rob Ball. It's December. We're getting Christmassy. They're playing all the Christmas classics. And then the special guest I've got for the evening is the incredibly funny guy you know from Instagram and TikTok, Ed Jones. It's going to be a riot. Tickets are available. Link in bio, in the description. You know, you can find them. So looking forward to this. If it's half as good as the last one, it is going to be a massive, massive night. Hope to see you there. Onwards with the podcast. Hello and welcome to This Album with me, William Han. It's the podcast where each episode a guest and I are going to deep dive an album of their choice. And it could be any artist, any genre, it could be any year. And we are going to discuss the songs, we're going to discuss the shows, we are going to discuss the artwork. But what I really want to know is where my guests first heard the album and the emotional attachment they have to the record. Who knows? We might even have a bit of a laugh while doing it. Well, today, I'm joined by a woman that is breaking down barriers.
Wow.
Who else in the comedy world would have the confidence and bravery to notice/acknowledge that mental health historically used to come with a stigma attached? When she's not commuting with the Foxes, she's the host of a podcast that sees her climbing ancient ruins or admiring blue plaques on Tudor houses. One can only imagine how the Tudors would have acknowledged the mental health crisis in their time. Today's guest is an actor, she's a comedian, she's a writer, she's a podcaster, she's got spatial sequence synesthesia, she's released a bloody album, and she can't pronounce Holly Willoughby. It's Amy Matthews!
What an intro. I think the Tudor approach to bad stuff going on in the Bonds was just to lop it off, wasn't it?
Was that the solution?
Yeah, I think so. I think just
pretty
a lot of it's pretty hands-on.
There's got to be a better way, right?
Yeah, I know. Do you know, it's so funny. Every time I hear any kind of... I must say, I tip my cap to you before we even started recording and said how impressed I was with your intros. They're so thorough and incredible. And I'm only ever... It only ever serves to remind me how much of a nightmare I am to market. Like, because it's, as you say, I've got like a sort of history presenting strand and then lots of other like weird and wonderful bits. It's really hard for my agent to sort of pitch a street dancing history nerd who has a favourite
let's go back a little bit then. The street
administrator.
dancing wasn't something I was familiar with.
Yeah, so I did. I mean, it's been a while, but I used to compete internationally in street dance.
Amy, you have surprised me here. Tell me more about this, please. I thought I'd done my research. It turns out
you've got very good research.
I'm going to grab my red wine.
You can add. Oh yeah, we've decided after a long. Well, I've had a long day. You've just had a day. That we would crack open some Merlot.
Any excuses, all right with me, Amy?
Absolutely. But yeah, I when I was younger, I used to street dance in solos, duos, and part of a troupe, and we would compete in Europe. As a crew.
So where did you visit? How far did you travel?
So we did the World Championships in 2011 was in Paris, which is quite convenient for us, which was very nice. But yeah, we had the best time. It was really, really fun. It was so silly.
Well, the good news is I'm not going to ask you to perform any kind of street dance today.
Well,
but other than street dance, what's happening in your world, Amy? What do you do? What do you focus on? Who are you?
My gosh, I am sadly only one person because I currently feel like about 9 because I am, where I'm at the moment, I am writing the new show. So I've got my new stand-up hour is in the works. I have just started running a Comedians Do Poetry night.
Yeah, I've seen this. Tell me more about this.
Yeah, because I realised sort of last year that all of the work that I find the most interesting, whether that is music, whether that's poetry, whether that's comedy, whatever it is, has a slightly interdisciplinary element to it. And I was like, I need to lean more into that. Like I want to make the things and facilitate the things that I like to consume. So I was like, right, I want to start running a poetry night for comedians because obviously no matter what we do, we have to, in order to do our job properly, sign it off with a punchline. That is the whole thing. Yeah. But there are some times where we've got creative projects or ideas where we want the space to be sincere or sentimental or not have to undercut everything with a lacquer of irony or tension breaking. And I was like, I want to sort of put comedians in a slightly literary space. So between myself and comedian Ben Pope, we are running, a Comedians Do Poems quarterly night. So I've got that going on at the moment at Peckham Review Bookshop.
And it's a pretty good lineup. I saw Rob Orton's on it as well, right?
Absolutely.
Who else is performing?
We've got Rob Orton, Jesse Nixon, we've got Kavita, we've got Lewis Garnham, myself, Ben. Is that everybody, I think?
Not much room for anyone else, I don't think. It's a stacked lineup.
No, I know. It is a stacked lineup. So what date's
that? Let's get that on paper.
It actually sold out yesterday, so I'm very happy with that, which is really, really nice. Comedians Do Poems is at Review Bookshop in Peckham on the 30th of September.
Love it.
So on the Tuesday, but so we're
just thinking that probably that's in 2 days' time. That's
in 2 days' time.
We can't plug this, Amy.
No, but there'll be. Do you know what? There'll be a winter iteration. So this is a quarterly one. So this is the autumn edition. We will have a winter edition, a spring and a summer, and probably some specials. So we'll do a fringe special or that kind of thing. So I've got that bubbling away, which is really exciting. The launch of my vinyl is going out into the world.
Very interested in this.
Really exciting.
Is this a good format podcast for you right now?
Oh my goodness.
You're releasing an album, Amy.
I'm releasing an album.
Whoa!
I know. Well, comedy albums used to be such a thing. It was a real, that was the medium for it. People would release a vinyl back in the 70s and 80s of audio tracks of their stand-up, but the reason I decided to do it like this was my last show, Commute with the Foxes, was all about how we use sound as distraction, and so it made sense to me that it would live its life after its touring years in an audio format. But I was like, there's so much in it that I feel like we could be, again, talking about the interdisciplinary sort of approach to things.
Love that word, by the way.
Yeah, so it should be I think it's so difficult and restricting to put pieces of work and people in boxes of things. And I understand for convenience why it's important, but I was like, I want to make something that isn't just straight stand-up. So I rewrote the show for an audio format to be so I recorded it without an audience. I did it in a sound booth as an audio show, and then worked with a sound designer to create a soundscape that goes with it. So the show itself was set on a train. So I did it you can hear the train going on around you. So there's ambient sound. And then when I sort of go on tangents, there's a bit where I talk about imagining myself in a medieval tavern. You can hear the medieval tavern. Or there's a bit where I talk about turtles being born, and you can hear the eggs hatching open and sand. And I was like, I wanted to push the boundaries of what it was to release a stand-up album.
Yeah, play with the format
exactly.
a bit.
So it's somewhere between an immersive experience, ASMR, a comedy show. It's sort of everything and nothing all at once. So, and released on a vinyl format with Monkey Barrell Records, which is really exciting.
Amazing. When's that out, Amy?
So that is out officially on the 21st of October.
Amazing.
It's available for pre-order now. But also you can either order the vinyl itself and you get the extended MP3 included, or you can just order the MP3 if you're like, do you know what, I don't want a giant coaster, then that's fine too.
Are you launching it in some kind of way? You're throwing a kind of party?
Absolutely.
You are?
And
Tell us everything.
You've got an invite in the post,
I've got
brother.
an invite?
Absolutely.
Oh, amazing.
Absolutely.
Very kind
So
of you,
it's
thank
going to
you.
be in the London launch is at Morocco Bound Bookshop in London Bridge, and the Edinburgh one is at Monkey Barrel's Barrel Bar. Yeah, which is really exciting.
Thank you
so
kindly. It does sound
pleasure.
great. Did you enjoy the process behind that? It's quite a unique
Definitely,
project,
100%. And also it was one of the, you mentioned in the intro, the spatial sequence synesthesia. It's something that I talk about in the show. So I time and numerical values have inherent form and color for me in my brain. It's a weird way of processing information, and one of the ways that manifests is instead of set lists for my show, I have landscapes or bits of material that correlate to specific shapes. So when I show people my set list, it looks like a geographical map. And I gave this sort of geographical / geometric map to 3 different sound artists and said, this is how the show looks in my head. In the spirit of synesthesia and the way we interpret senses, could you create a composition of sound or music based off of this map? So I gave it to 3 different sound artists, and they all came back with a composition of their interpretation of the map of the show. So again, just like a different one. Like, I'm absolutely fascinated by how creative brains interpret the same information, and how people's senses can alchemize whatever is in front of them into something new. So yeah, that was the spirit of the project. So it felt only right that we should have some tracks at the end where sound artists get to express themselves.
Well done. What a success.
Thank you.
I thought I had synesthesia for a bit.
Yeah.
Turned out I was just tripping on shrooms. And that is the honest truth.
That'll do it. What kind of synesthesia did you have?
I was with my wife in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
And we were listening to, do you know Todd Terje? Todd Terje makes like sort of like Italian disco sort of house stuff.
Oh, okay.
Really good disco sort of music.
Beautiful.
He's Scandinavian, I think, but like it's really expansive and beautiful and goes for all these twists and turns.
Yeah.
And I could sort of see every different sort of piano track and like synth sound almost like going on this journey together.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, I've got synesthesia.
That's what it is.
No, I was just tripping on shrooms, I think.
That's amazing. So that's what a synesthetic brain attaches
So maybe
to
it's
information.
Maybe it's in me.
It's in you,
but it
yeah.
needed a catalyst to get there.
Well, you know, I mean, they say we only use a tiny percentage of our brains.
This is it.
And you unlocked a little bit of it.
Fun
for a
night.
minute.
That might tell you. Fun night. Fucking hell.
That's so nice.
That's cool. So you sent me a lovely short list of albums.
Yeah,
sometimes
I did.
people just
a
give me
long
one
list,
and go,
I would say.
Yeah,
a long list.
Very
yeah,
much
it
so.
was quite long.
So sometimes people send me one album and I go, okay, cool. I guess I'm going to discover Lisa Left Eye Lopez's album that was never released in most countries, and they're really tricky. You get me a nice little long short list. So why don't we talk a little bit about your bread and butter musically and what you gave me? Yeah,
it's quite eclectic. I
Good
think.
mix.
I was like, do you know what? There's when it comes to listening to albums in full, I think I've tended to do it at very specific times in my life. Like, I feel like when there's I don't know, you know, sometimes you really, really lean into, you know, like how you can get into a groove of like reading where you're like, oh my God, I just feel voracious.
So. Yeah.
I feel like that happens to me when I've got something significant going on in my life, positive, bad, neutral, whatever. If there's like a song that I attach to that time, I have to then like deep dive or like immerse myself in that world or that artist. And so yeah, there's a real mix that I gave you. I think I gave you some Idols album, big Idols fan. Then Whiplash, Hosier, Whiplash.
Wasn't that, I'll be honest with you.
But I was like, do you know what it was just that album, Why Some Baby, was tied to such like a specific time in my life. And I think even though it's the least cool thing in the world to love him, that album holds, like, I will defend that album till the cows come home. Like, I have a real soft spot
Maybe
for
on your
it.
second
guest
appearance on this podcast. Amy.
So yeah, even though it's very uncool, I'm the biggest advocate / apologist for that album. Also, I think there was some Bowie there, Hunky Dory.
Definitely Arctic Monkeys.
Definitely Arctic Monkeys.
Let me tell you, very hard to turn that offer down because
I know
I can talk monkeys.
Couldn't we
I
all?
can talk monkeys.
Couldn't we all? I think there was some Father John Misty in there.
Yes, there was actually, yeah.
Some Haim, maybe.
Yeah, there was Haim as well. Again, that I could have talked Haim with you for a long time.
Oh my
You've
goodness.
got a lovely music taste.
Thank you very much. It's quite far-reaching. I think it's quite
it's a good
it's
pocket
a hodgepodge.
There's a correlation between those artists. I think they're from a certain sort of genre, and it's not as if you threw a dubstep album in there.
No, that's true. It's like folky, indie, but quite melodic. I think I like. I hold melody in quite high regard. Again, even though I think that's probably the least cool thing.
Oh, melody's pretty cool.
But it's.
Does it need a rebrand, do you reckon?
Maybe it is. I think it just needs like, yeah. I think I need a good hook. I need a good melody to get into lyrics. I think.
There's
I
plenty
need
of
that
them
in. Yeah,
on the album
sure.
we are discussing
There
today.
really are. There really are.
So why don't you tell us which album we are going to be discussing
we are doing The
today?
Rise and Fall of Midwest Princess by none other than Chappell Roan.
Yes, what an album!
It feels like a really good time to be talking about this album as well, because it's very much sound of the summer as we enter into winter.
Summer's over, baby.
Winter. I know, but it's been such a significant pop cultural moment.
Yeah.
But also
the first for a long time of that size, I
definitely
think.
but also I think still alt pop. Like I think, like I spoke to my sister, has like slightly more mainstream taste than me, and when I said that I was going to see Chappell live, she was like, "Who's that?" And I was like, "What?"
How
like
old is
it
she?
blew my mind. She's 27.
That's insane.
I know. So, but she's very much like, she likes dance music. She's in like a sort of like more clubby world than me. And she was just like, oh, it's just like, and I showed her a picture and she was like, oh yeah, I've seen sort of bits and bobs of her. But I was like, it really shocked me that she'd never even sort of engaged.
Well, it's a very
with her
modern
stuff.
phenomenon, isn't it? The whole idea of a monoculture doesn't exist anymore.
it's completely
Everyone's got an
gone.
algorithm that's completely different.
Yeah.
You know, depending on where you're scrolling.
Absolutely.
But on that note, so the rise and fall of a Midwest princess. Try that again. The rise and fall of a Midwest princess is the seismic debut album from the most important artist in music for a generation, Chappell Roan. Though the album was released in 2023, Chappell had been honing her craft for years through live gigs and YouTube/TikTok performances. After years of record label disappointments, the album was an instant success upon its release and has helped countless LGBTQ plus people find their voice, find their tribe, and has actually taught the world the greatest dance routine since the Macarena was tearing through school discos around the planet.
That's
Hot
true.
to go? Not yet, mate. I've got a podcast to record.
It's so true. I forget that that's like that and the Apple dance from Charlie XCX.
Yeah, there is that as well, actually. I'll give you
Coincide
that.
like at this, like we've seen a resurgence of that kind of thing again. I guess because of TikTok. I mean, I'm the last person in the world to still not have TikTok, but I think it's really lovely that we've seen a resurgence of people having choreographed dances.
Yeah, communal
to do.
dance experience.
Yeah,
with it.
it's really lovely.
As a street dance enthusiast
As a
yourself, I'm
street
sure this is
dance
music to your
enthusiast,
fucking ears,
exactly.
Amy. Yeah. So, what was life like BC before Chappell?
Before Chappell. Do you know what? I think I really... I like that we are seeing the redemption of pop. So like pop, like for so long, pop music has been considered like uncool or... I don't know, like less important, less artistically... and then when we look back further, like... Bowie was a pop star, like not just a rock star, you know. Queen did pop music as well as, you know, I think it's so easy to poo-poo pop music as being somehow artistically less important or more like hack or something. But she is doing this like incredible, like, I don't know, when I listen to her music, I hear flashes of Cyndi Lauper, I hear Kate Bush, I hear Freddie Mercury, I hear Britney, like I hear like just a real mishmash of all of these different influences. And I think it's been, I've seen the resurgence of like unapologetic fun in her stuff.
Fun.
Yeah, and I think like there's something, even her like ballads that are like really beautiful and poetic and sentimental, they have like an accessibility that is really encouraging and nourishing and welcoming. I think that's her music has got so much heart and is so it's for the wallflowers, like it's for people I think that feel sort of external to a lot of spaces, and she's making it accessible and yeah, like I just feel like her pop music is fantastic. Like it's just, yeah, it's so fun. It's light and fun whilst also being meaningful.
Eloquently put. Smashed it, Amy. You don't know how much I agree with you there about the sort of pop being a dirty word thing.
Yeah.
Because, you know, this might surprise you. I'm a straight white man. I'm nearly 40.
With a podcast, what?
Exactly. I know, trust me. I've juggled with that for quite a while. Do I really do this? But I like guitar music for the most part. That's my thing. Mm-hmm. In 2019, something shifted. I was at Primavera Sound. I don't remember. It was kind of marketed really strangely of like, women are coming, and it was like a 50-50 thing. It was like great to see, but it was done in a really weird way. Anyway, on the first night, I saw Charlie XCX at about 1 or 2 in the morning with mostly girls and gays.
Yep.
And I knew probably 2 of her songs. Fuck me. A light switch went off.
Yeah.
And the next day, I watched Carly Rae Jepsen. I watched Miley Cyrus. And from that point onwards, pop was in my life.
And I think it's really interesting that, like, you know, when you get to like the end of the night at a wedding reception or like at the end of the night of a club night, people want and crave like cheesy. It's like the
barriers are down, aren't they?
Exactly. Like the second there's like a lacquer, the lacquer of coolness or like caring about how other people see you has gone. Great
things can happen.
People just want to actually have a fun time. And I think, it's really important and joyful. And I think as well, like, you know, I mean, you mentioned there, like, being a straight white guy. The gendered aspect of it's important as well, in that, like, pop music has been seen as, like, girly and therefore less important or having less, you know, artistic integrity.
Do we blame Oasis for this? I think we
maybe
might have
we do.
I think we might
right,
have to.
actually.
In the 80s, pop music and rock music and it all collided in one. It really did.
Absolutely. Interdisciplinary.
There it is. Fucking hell.
But yeah, I think you're right. Like it's really important to let yourself enjoy things, like that you don't think you should be enjoying. Like it's if it makes you happy and it's the thing you want to listen to. Even the phrase, I mean, there's literally a track called Guilty Pleasure, but like the phrase guilty pleasure is usually just
people
something that you
really
enjoy. I know. It's like
we're not having
pleasure.
We're in a post-guilty pleasure world now.
We are. We are.
So how important has the imagery and the fashion of what Chappell does been to you?
I love that she's leaning into the medieval Renaissance.
Yeah, this surprised me. I watched her Primavera performance on the telly and wasn't expecting that.
It's so incredible because
it's wild, isn't it?
She has managed to. Well, I would say she's been the most exciting fashion pop star since Lady Gaga. I would say.
I think that's very fair.
Like in that she is using costume and drag and very, very deliberate choices in like her eras that she did like a jester influence when she was doing her Edinburgh shows. I've seen her in her like wrestling, like
what,
Mexican.
She done Fringe shows, did she? Or like, you mean?
She was doing. She was at the Highland Showground when I went to see her, and she had this incredible like jester, like medieval jester inspired drag outfit. It was incredible. And then I've obviously the famous. I think it was the VMAs performance where she was dressed as like Joan of Arc.
Yeah. So the listeners don't know this, but it's actually how I'm dressed right now.
That is how you're dressed right now. Yeah.
For the audio format.
They started selling that in Uniqlo. And then she's obviously also known for like this sort of like Pierrot clown-esque makeup. She's done like so many different looks, and like it was really beautiful actually at the live show. Everyone went dressed as iterations of performances that she's given.
Right. So what did you wear when you went then?
I wore a really like a sequined bodice.
Yes. I don't know what a bodice is, but that sounds amazing. Yeah.
A sequined bodice with like a sort of, imagine a swimming costume, but it was like covered in sequins.
Sick.
With fishnet tights, sparkles, big platform shoes, glitter in my hair, and then the sort of like very block colour eye makeup that she's now known for as well. And it was so lovely that like looking around in the crowd, everyone was either dressed as her or like they could be an extra in one of her videos. And I was like, it's just so, I love that feeling so much of like looking around at a gig or a concert and going, you've created this like this space where everyone gets to feel like they're in your cinematic universe.
Oh, I love that.
It's really beautiful.
Yeah.
Like I remember I went to see Big Thief a few years ago, and I was in the queue and I looked around and I was like, everyone looks like they're in Big Thief. Do you know what I mean? Like everyone, I love it when people dress like the band they're going to see, whether it's like intentional or not. Like there's like a lovely world building that happens. Yeah,
I'm really into that. Definitely going to see Oasis tomorrow. There might be bucket hats, Amy. There might be a bucket hat.
Congratulations on getting
thank
tickets.
You. My second one. I've
Is
been
it
a very
your
lucky
second
boy,
one?
Amy.
How was the first one? Tell me.
It was the best night of my life.
I understand completely.
It's because I think it's bigger than the sum of its parts. How I described it to someone recently.
It is.
It's not just like going to a gig and hearing those songs. It's kind of symbolic of something bigger.
Yeah.
Of like, it's never the end. And when you think something's over, or be it a relationship or a friendship, or like, there's always hope.
Yeah.
Of something great coming at the end of it.
It's an epilogue, isn't it? It's like this little like extra little something that everyone gets to experience together.
Exactly.
And I think, we live in like a time where nostalgia has such currency and is such an intoxicating concept. It's rare to get to enjoy it so fully with so many other people in like a shared experience. So like I totally get it. Yeah.
And that's what it felt like, the shared experience of people that have like heard these songs at weddings or funerals, and like in 15 years people's lives changed in unimaginable ways, be it losing people and finding love, whatever it might be. It's like these songs just take on new lives and new meanings. So it was a big night. It was a really big night.
So lovely. And we go again.
We go again, Amy. Pretty excited. What a weekend I'm having, honestly. So I love this question. What would be the perfect setting to listen to this album in, Amy Matthews?
I'm so glad you've asked.
I need you to paint a picture.
Because I feel like the predictable answer is, as I say, I've seen this album played through live, and it was really special, and it was so nice to share that with thousands of people. But like I associate it personally with it just being on in my girlfriend's kitchen. So like I would say Chappell Roan, CMAT, Olivia Dean, just as like ambient music whilst we're both just going about our lives. So whether that's we're both working, we're both doing admin, cooking, reading, whatever it is, there's something about this album that just putting it on in the background means you can sing along if you want to, you can dance in the kitchen if you want to. It's so joyful, it's so fun, it's so it's such a lovely there's something about it that makes that every day, like the most ordinary moment, whether that's making scrambled eggs or doing admin, feel cinematic and uplifting. So my answer to that, put simply, is my girlfriend's kitchen.
Yeah.
That's the best place to listen to it, I would say.
I will say this though, I've not had a bad place to listen to it in yet. It works really well at 2 a.m.
It does.
It works really well in the office.
Yep.
I've played it in
On
my
the
mum's car
tube.
before.
This is the thing.
It doesn't fucking fail anywhere.
It really doesn't. And also, I will say, I will defend this to the hilt. It is a no skips album. Like every single song is great, and every single song has like earned its place on it, and it's perfectly placed. The pacing of the album's beautiful. It feels so fluid and so textured that I could listen to it through over and over, and indeed have.
Me too. How would you describe the average Chappell Roan fan?
Ooh, gay.
That was exactly what I figured. Yeah. What a stupid question.
Very
Sorry,
queer.
I'm a bad podcaster.
No, do you know what? It's the gays and theys, but do you know what? Also, it's quite intergenerational as well, I would say. Like, I don't feel like there's a specific age group that it's managed to appeal to. I think it has spanned a lot of different ages. Yeah. So I don't think like a fan looks like one specific thing, but I think, it's managed to straddle pop and like alt pop, queer spaces, and the mainstream. Like, it's done like such a good job of like of bridging those different spaces. But yeah, the average, when I when I picture a Chappell Roan fan, yeah, I picture I picture the gays. I picture a sort of femme lesbian. Yeah,
it's funny because I want to go and see Chappell Roan.
Yeah,
really, I do. But I think I thought I wanted to watch Taylor Swift as well. But seeing her footage from Wembley last year or 2 years ago, it's kind of like, it's not my space. It means so much more to a 13, 14-year-old girl than it does to me. And it's kind of like, these tickets are gold dust. I'd love them to play Glastonbury and watch McGlastonbury. That would be the perfect situation. I can't really go and watch Chappell Roan.
But you can go to Oasis twice because
that's the trade-off. That's the trade-off, Amy. These are the cards I've been dealt.
That is absolutely fair enough. But no, do you know what? I think there's something really lovely about I totally get that. But also I think when someone's whole branding is around like inclusivity, it can really surprise you the kind of the sheer spectrum of people that do go and enjoy the music, and as I say, like the age ranges, and you would be welcomed with open arms.
Oh, I'm sure. But it's funny you mentioned Lady Gaga earlier, because I was watching a clip from Glastonbury and on the other stage, it was like 09 maybe.
Yeah.
And the front barrier isn't full of the flamboyant gays you'd expect.
Yeah.
It's full of just like Karens and Sharons.
Yeah.
And like mums.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because that's like,
yeah,
you talk about crossing boundaries and age groups and things like that. Gaga was doing that from the off.
Absolutely. And it's, I think we have an idea of, and it's always the case, isn't it, with musicians, where there's the sort of avatar of how you imagine their fans, and that does usually dominate the room, but there are also others. Like there are other people. Like I remember when I went to see Idols at Ali Pali in December, and it's the only gig I've ever been to where I've not had to queue for the toilet because there were about 3 women there. That surprises me. I think Idols would have been quite, women heavy. They have, but they're also, but they're also sort of soft boy core. It was a lot of sort of. Everyone looked like a Bristolian graphic designer.
Sure. It's funny, maybe it's just my bias. I've got a lot of my girl mates are really big Idols fans. It's maybe my personal circle.
There we go.
Not reflective of the bigger world. Would you like a big question?
I'd love a big question.
What would a phenomenon look like to you?
What would a phenomenon look like to me? Good question.
Thank you.
A phenomenon to me would look like...
that is the least eloquently you've worded the word so far. I mean, that's very out of character for you now, so.
Maybe it would look like a queue for the toilets at Idols. What would it look like? I mean, her audiences are that, I would say. I would also say phenomenon is more a feeling than an archetype. Do you know what I mean?
Thing. Yeah, it's absolutely.
Like you can be like a straight white cis het boy and lean into phenomenon.
Love this.
Yeah.
Thank God you're here. This is great. When was the last time you caused your parents to scream? God, what have you done?
That's very funny.
Thank you.
Probably when I announced I was going to be a professional clown. Whatever. Do you know what? Good question.
Thank you.
I'm sort of dispiritingly sensible. I've never really rebelled much in my life.
Street dance? Was that not an act of rebellion?
Maybe. Yeah. Maybe me sort of... throwing
away your ballets for some...
throwing some shapes to Flow Rider. Do you know what? It might have been when I suggested I might get a tattoo for my 30th. I've not done it yet. But I suggested it. But again, I think they were so excited that I was about to do something that wasn't very sensible. They didn't even sort of... I think they were like, yes, you should do this.
For God's sake, women, rebel a little bit, please.
Yeah, please, get a sleeve. I beg you. But yeah, I think... What was the last time that they were... What have you done?
Or what have you not? Yeah. Well, okay. How have you not done?
I tell you, do you know what? I can tell you exactly what it is, and nothing explains my entire personality more than this. They were like, oh, what's new with you? And I was like, oh, I submitted an illustration and poem to a Stone Circle magazine, and they were like, what?
What have you
What
done?
do you mean?
You've done what?
You've done what? And like that perfectly summarizes the dynamic and my general branding.
It's a hell of a sentence, that.
Thank
That was
you.
a lot to unpack there. I think, yeah, I might have to come back to that one in a bit. Thank you. Have you ever cried listening to this album?
Oh, have I cried? Do you know what? I've not cried, but I've definitely, I spend a lot of time on the road and away and traveling, and because I associate this with like home and my partner, and
right.
there's like, I think I've definitely listened to this, and it's, you know, that like ache you get for being elsewhere, or like being back with a person, or being home, like a homesickness, really. And I think homesickness doesn't have to be as literal as that. I think it can be, you can feel homesick for a feeling, or for a person, or for a time even. I've definitely felt that. I'm not sure I've ever wept to it. There's time yet. It's it's in the post. Sure.
Are you a crier?
I'm not a massive crier, actually. I'm learning to cry more, but I'm not a big crier. I'll be honest. I tend to cry. I also can't. I find it very, very difficult to cry around people. I can cry privately.
I wish I found it harder. I'll be crying my fucking eyes out tomorrow at Oasis. I can't
so
wait.
Healthy and wonderful.
Wait.
That's amazing. Actually, to be fair, I was at a wedding 2 days ago, and that made me very emotional.
Lovely looking wedding, may I say. I saw this on your
Thank
Instagram.
you.
Goodness.
Which one? I've been to 4 in as many weeks.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Right.
Christ alive.
Okay.
But yeah, I love love, and that makes me quite like, I feel I'm more inclined to cry if I'm moved than if I'm like sad, if that makes sense. Like I find it easier to cry like thinking about how lovely something is, as opposed to cry because something has like
I can
upset
do all
me.
of the above. I can just do them all.
I love that's amazing. That's really nice.
Name me one thing that's hotter than Papa John.
Oh, good question.
Thank you.
What's hotter than Papa John? I mean, Chappell in the jester costume. That's up there. Yeah,
pretty good.
That and what else? What's hot right now? What's hot right now?
What's hot right now? Bucket hats are over.
Bucket hats are over. I'm trying to bring back port.
How is it going so far?
Actually, pretty good. Every time I order a port, it's catching. It's like a Guinness. You know when someone orders a Guinness and everyone else is like,
I could murder a Guinness.
If you order a port outside of Christmas and people are like, oh yeah, you can do that. Free will is a thing. Everyone starts ordering ports and reminds them of how much they love it.
I think I've only had bad port.
You must have done, because it's fantastic. There's white port, tawny port, or ruby port.
You've got options.
We've got options.
What's the stronger of the three?
Well, it depends. It depends.
That's wine for you.
That's wine for you. However, so like tawny is like slightly more raisiny. Ruby is more like sort of like cherry flavors and more like rounded, and white port is more sort of like apricotty and light.
We're covering some important topics here today.
We really are. We've really
we are
we've
covering the
some
full
ground.
gamut of emotions
We
here. This is
have.
good stuff, Amy. This is podcast gold here. So one of the many things that Pink Pony Club is about is about finding your tribe and finding your people. As a comedian, when and where did you find your tribe?
That's a great question.
Yeah,
I mean,
thank
I
you.
think something as well that I've really noticed about my like friendship group is that the thing that like I think the most important people in my life have in common is we're all lone wolves. Like we don't necessarily have like a crew. We don't have my best friends are also like tend to be like they'll have like a best friend as opposed to like a, you know, like some people really do have like a friendship group where they're like, oh, there's the, you know, the 7 of us, the 8 of us that do everything together. Apart from like my friends from sixth form, which who are still like very, very dear friends,
cool.
Most of my friends, like the people that are most important to me, are also like lone wolves. And I think there's like comedy attracts that kind of person, because I think there's a fallacy that comedians are like the class clown, or were the class clown, and they very often weren't. They were more the quiet weirdo in the corner who was looking at other people and how they behave, and then found their outlet. And I think I think getting into comedy, you realize that even though there are like definitely like cliques, and there are like friendship groups within comedy, the thing we sort of all have in common is that we were the class weirdo as opposed to the class clown. So yeah, I think I just adore people who have their thing. Like, if it's, no matter what it is, whether you are passionate about, I don't know, rugby or model ships, I don't care. But like, if you love it, I love hearing.
Exactly. That's kind of the idea of this podcast, of like, rather than saying what's the best album of all time, tell me the thing you're passionate about. We'll fucking talk about it all day. I can listen to it all day. I used to work with a Sri Lankan guy that was like a cricket obsessive.
Yeah,
I don't like cricket. I could hear him talk about it all fucking day though, Amy. Absolutely,
because it's the joy of seeing somebody light up when they talk about something they love. So yeah, I would say like my finding one's people is, in my experience, more about finding one's persons. Like, I think I definitely engage better like one-on-one. I find interesting people who are like so authentically themselves, so comforting to be around. Yeah. Because it gives you permission to be yourself. So yeah, I think comedy attracts a lot of those kind of people who have found a sort of weird and wonderful outlet. I mean, there's this sort of aphorism now where people will say, like, you know, rock stars want to be comedians, but comedians want to be rock stars, really. But neither of us have the skill set to do the other one. Us clowns have settled for just sort of being weirdos together.
At least you've got each other, Amy.
We've got each other.
What do you make of the artwork of the album, Amy?
Do you know what? I love the I love the sort of the drag influence, the maximalism of it. I think for a while there we were very we'd sort of elevated minimalism, like just culturally. I think we loved like the Scandi aesthetic was huge for such a long time, and even now, like I think on like socials and Instagram and stuff, people talk about like this clean girl aesthetic and like pared back minimalism. I love maximalism. I love stuff and trinkets and like the fussiness and there being a sort of opulence for the eye, like, and that all of the artwork around this album is exactly that. It's costume, it's bright, it's colourful, it's drag, it's carnival, and I love it when there's absolutely nothing. I say this as a compliment, tasteful about it. Do you know what I mean? It's all to use like to borrow a Gen Z term, like it's so extra. Like it's all very extra.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
And that's what you want.
Give us extra.
Give us extra.
We've not really touched much about the songs, have we?
Yeah, no, we haven't.
Should we talk about a song?
Let's talk about.
What's the best song on the album, Amy?
Oh God. Oh, it's so hard. Oh my goodness.
I never said this was going to be easy.
I know. It's choosing a favourite child.
It's a much more difficult question. A lot quicker.
I know. I think. Oh gosh. Do you know? I think because they all have. They're also good in different environments. That I feel like each of them has is the perfect accompaniment to a different situation or different tone. But my personal favourite. I mean, Super Graphic Ultra Modern Girl is a personal fave, and I think again it's just like this really, it's like it feels to me most like an anthem of it's fun, it's playful, it's silly, it's like the The melody is incredible, as we've spoken about. And then I would say, as far as the like slower ones go, what's my favourite ballad? Picture You, maybe?
Oh yeah, I think Picture You is the one I'm actually not that big on.
Oh really?
Yeah.
It's quite like
it's a bit too slow.
It is slow, yeah.
And she does the slow ones good. I mean,
yeah.
You could argue Pink Pony Club's quite a slow song. Casual is 10 out of fucking 10.
It really is.
I was singing that in the office yesterday, and my colleagues
so
started
great.
laughing, catching me on the big lyric about eating someone out. And
it's so funny because it's like it's so explicit, but it doesn't feel.
In like a grim way, or like
it feels like genuinely.
It feels like the right words
heartfelt.
to use.
Yeah,
exactly,
it's so nice. But yeah, oh my gosh, there's so much on it. But Super Graphic Ultra Modern Girls probably my
that one's really
favorite.
good. It sounds sweaty. That song. It sounds like walking into a club at 2 a.m.
Yes.
That is going fucking bananas.
I completely agree. And Naked in Manhattan, I think, is also like a personal favorite.
Really
but
fun.
Yeah.
Well, the correct answer is Hot to Go.
Of course.
It is actually Hot to Go. That was kind of my entrance to Chappell. That would have been, I don't know, maybe 8 months after her album came out. I hadn't heard anything about this woman, genuinely. The old algorithm problems, it wasn't in my feed.
Absolutely.
And there was a video from, I want to say a festival in like Chile or South America or something, and it was fucking 80,000 people all doing this dance to this perfect pop song.
Yeah.
Okay, what the fuck is going on here, and how do I not know about this? And as soon as I'd done my digging, I couldn't believe what I was hearing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It is such a flawless fucking album.
It is. It's just good. It is just good fun. It's really good fun.
I've said it once. I've said it 1,000 times. Bring back fun, Amy.
Bring back fun, for crying out loud.
For God's
Bring back
sake.
fun. Yeah, it's so fab.
Is there anything about the album we've not covered that you'd like to mention? Any moments,
Good
any
question.
memories, any feelings?
I feel like we need to give a bit of airtime to My Kink is Karma, because
What a
that is
tune.
like what a tune.
Fucking banger.
Absolutely incredible. And
But also they have ruined the use of the word karma in a song now. I think Taylor Swift's done such a good job of it in her song Karma.
Yeah.
Chappell's now done it in her song Karma. It's gone now. You can't use the word karma in a song again now.
Boy George has been
Of
dethroned.
course. Good God.
Dethroned.
3 great songs that mention karma. It's the end of it. They've ruined it for all of us.
But I think, is there anything that I want to touch on?
We've covered a lot.
We've covered a lot, actually.
So what would your 60-second elevator pitch be for this album, Amy Matthews?
Great question. Okay, so it is a joyful but sensitive, meandering exploration between pop anthems and sentimental ballads that make you feel accompanied in heartbreak and celebrated in joy.
Amy Matthews, my goodness, that was
Thank
class.
you. Thank you very much.
Sold. This has been amazing, Amy.
So
I've
lovely.
really enjoyed speaking with you and getting to know you and just talking about probably the most important artist on the planet right now.
I know, thank you so much.
My target audience is a lot of millennials, it's a lot of albums from the noughties.
Yeah.
Very happy to talk about a
And
modern
also, I mean,
album.
crucially, me too. Like, I think...
Sure.
I think that's what's really nice is that, as somebody who loves lots of different kinds of music, I didn't listen to any music that was dated before 1995 until I was like 17, I don't think. Like, all of my music taste was like older. I just feel like there's something about this album that is so fun and so accessible and so silly and warming and beautiful that it cuts through all of us that want to be cooler than we are. Do you know what I mean?
Guilty as fucking charged, Amy.
Exactly.
This has been amazing. So look, we're not done yet. We've got one last little feature that we do.
Beautiful.
It's called Fair Play Guys or Fuck Those Guys.
Great.
We're going to look at Enemy's Album of the Year list from 2023.
Mm-hmm.
Honest to God, this is really stacked. I think you've mentioned about 5 of the artists on this. It is a really strong
2023,
year. Yeah,
okay.
very female forward. This is really, really strong. A couple of acts I'm not familiar with. So basically, I'm going to give you an album artist. You're going to say, fair play, guys, fuck those guys. It's pretty simple stuff. You got this. Come on.
I got it. I back myself.
So, at 20, a band I'm not familiar with. Creeper with Sanguivore.
Fuck those guys. I don't know.
You're getting
them.
it. You're getting it, Amy. You're getting it. At 19, a cover band I'm not familiar with, unfortunately. Bleach Lab, Lost in a Rush of Emptiness.
Fuck those guys.
Fuck those guys,
So
Amy.
sorry.
So sorry, lads.
I'm sure they've got artistic merit.
We're now moving a bit. At 18, Georgia, Euphoric. Do you know Georgia?
Oh my God. I love Georgia so much.
Yeah,
I
she's great.
saw her support Haim in 2022. Genuinely one of the most incredible support acts I've ever witnessed. She's an incredible musician. Her drum playing is amazing. I think that dance album is I could.
You're saying fuck those guys?
I love her. I love her so much.
Yeah, fair play, guys. At
Fair
17, Romy, Midair.
Oh, fair play. Fair play.
I told you it was good. At 16, another one I'm not familiar with. Mahalia, IRL.
I'm so sorry. Fuck those guys.
Sorry.
I don't
We're
know
agreeing,
those
don't
guys.
worry.
Yeah.
At 15, it's giving big fuck those guys energy. At 15, it's Inhaler with Cuts and Bruises.
Oh, okay. Neutral, I'm
Yeah.
afraid. Yeah, so I guess by default, fuck those guys.
That's
I'm
the
sorry.
way the game works. At 14, it's Run the Jewels' Killer Mike with Michael.
Also, fuck those guys.
Oh, no,
yeah.
no, class.
Okay,
Absolutely fucking
okay.
class. You can say what you want, but definitely
Okay.
pro Killer Mike.
A cultural blind spot for me. Okay,
Welcome
we'll get
to the
involved.
podcast, baby. At 13, you've mentioned her, Olivia Dean, Nessie.
That album.
I told you this is a good year list. This is really good stuff, right?
Fair play, Olivia Dean. That is honestly, and her newest album came out yesterday. It's absolutely
Yeah, I'm listening
sensational.
to this. Yeah, I
It's
listened to her on
so
the Nats
beautiful.
podcast this week. Yeah,
Absolutely
she seems
incredible.
really cool. I like her.
Beautiful songwriting, amazing voice. Yeah, beautiful lyrics. Great. So
Sold.
good.
Absolutely sold. Are you sat down for number 12?
Yes.
Fucking hell. Lana Del Rey with Did You Know There's a Tunnel Under Ocean Bloody
Yeah, I mean,
Boulevard.
fair play.
Hell,
Fair
mate.
play.
Just a
Speaking
bit,
of Father
mate.
John Misty
Just a
as
bit,
well.
just a bit.
There's someone on YouTube who has overlaid the vocals of Father John Misty and Lana Del Rey both singing what's it called? Light at
Yeah, oh yeah, the light, what's it called? When the light gets in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let the light in.
Let the light in. There you go.
They've overlaid both their vocals and it's beautiful. Just as a little heads up.
I'll have that. I like a bit of homework. At 11, it's our girl, it's Chappell Roan.
Well, fair play then. Go on.
Criminally low, I think, though. But let's see,
Yeah.
as the list goes on, if these people are deserving of their places ahead of the icon, Chappell Roan. At 10, Arlo Parks, My Soft Machine.
Oh my gosh. Fair play.
Honest
Love
to God,
Arlo
this
Parks.
year is fucking so Amy Matthews. It is
So,
crazy.
it really is. I love Arlo Parks so much.
At 9, it's Shame, Food for Worms.
Oh, do you know? I remember that album. The artwork for that is beautiful.
The band are class.
And I think I listened through the album once and enjoyed it, but it didn't stay with me.
Sure.
Yeah.
They've got a really funny song on that album called Six Pack about a divorced dad that sort of
Great.
like, goes and gets ripped and very funny.
Incredible.
Really good. The new album's great as well. We're a pro Shame podcast. At 8, it's a biggie. Honestly, this fucking album this year is crazy. Guts by Olivia Rodrigo.
Oh.
Amy is bursting at the seams here
Well,
with
do you
every
know what?
album that
Again,
comes
the artwork for that I think is beautiful. I know a few of her hits that I love.
Yeah.
I've not listened to that album in full, full disclosure, but I think she's really cool,
Yeah.
and I think the music I have heard from her is very good. And I thought all the artwork and stuff around it was amazing.
We're pro Guts. We're pro Olivia
pro
Rodrigo.
Guts.
At 7, Paramore. This is why.
Oh my god! Okay, so Paramore were my entire personality
So happy
for about
to be doing
10
this.
years.
This is so fun.
Yeah, I was obsessed with Hayley Williams to the point where I asked my parents if I could have her haircut from the Riot album, and they politely said no.
Oh, you-
They were like, "You can get
Oh,
the
yeah,
cut,
you
but
asked
you
who
can't
for
get
the
the
haircut,
colour."
sorry?
My parents.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did they scream, my God, what have you done? Hey.
Yeah, there we go.
There it is.
There we go.
There it is.
We compromised on an undercut, but there was no orange, red, and yellow dye to be seen.
You've got to
sadly.
maintain good relationships with your parents.
You
haven't
do,
You
you
just
do, but-
no haircut is worth losing that.
I know, but Jesus Christ, I love Paramore with all my heart and always will.
I'm starting to. I listened to Hayley Williams' newest album. Fuck me.
Yeah,
It is
She's
so good.
Also, like as a vocalist, just second to none. Like she's
Yeah.
absolutely incredible. Yeah, I love her.
Charismatic as fuck as well, isn't she? She's
Yeah.
amazing. At 6, Mitski. The land is inhospitable. And
Yeah.
it's that look again. Amy's nodding again with that.
Do you know
yes,
what though?
Yes, yes, nod.
Mitski, I'm going to put Mitski in the same camp as is it Claro?
Claro, I don't pronounce it, yeah.
Where I think people assume that I'd be a super fan because of
Yes.
absolutely everything about me.
Yes.
But I actually just don't know enough about them. But the bits of Mitski that I have listened to, I love.
Yeah.
But I don't have. I'm not in the Mitski universe in the way that
I'm
I
with
think
you.
a lot of people.
That's
would
fair.
assume.
That's fair. We're giving
Yeah.
it an ambivalent, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
We'll do that. At 5, I think this is right up your street. Blonde Shell.
Love Blonde Shell.
There it is again. Honestly,
you've got
I'm
it.
loving the way you're reacting.
Yes.
I'm enjoying this so much.
Also,
Amy.
I hate how predictable I am.
Honestly,
like
this
you've known
year
the
list
ones.
is so fucking you. We've got about 6 more to go. Well, 4 more to go. Honestly, each one of these, I think I'll get the same reaction out of you, Amy.
Okay.
I'm so enjoying
excited.
this. At 4, the Japanese house. In the end,
I could talk about the Japanese house for so long. I think Amber is the coolest person I've ever seen, and just their voice is amazing, and their music is incredible, and I reckon I have sent Japanese house songs to more people than any other artist in the last couple of years. Yeah. Just been like, you're going to love this. This is so you. I could
do this all day. You know the way that people say about blokes, if you just name a 90s footballer and they go, oh my God, this is your equivalent.
Yes.
At 3, you've mentioned her already today. It's CMAT, Crazy Mad for Me.
Bloody hell. Incredible.
Yeah.
Like, what an icon.
She is becoming an absolute pop monster, isn't she?
She's absolutely amazing. And again, I think it's lovely that we've seen this like country folky pop revival. And fun.
Loads of fun.
Again, really like melodic, really poppy. Her voice is insane.
I watched her at Truck Festival this year, and, you know, I was a bit excessive that weekend. I could barely speak. And then one of my mates go, tell you what, she's not been up all night vaping, has she?
Amazing.
And I would argue Jamie Oliver Petrol Station is possibly the single of the year.
Also, do you know what? She has such an incredible way of doing quite like heartfelt, touching, sometimes like traumatic songs masquerading as pop songs. Like you'll listen to something and you're like, oh my God, this is like so vibey and so fun. And then you listen to the lyrics and you're like, bloody hell, this is actually like quite a lot.
Yeah,
or quite deep. She's
really,
really good.
Topics, but in an accessible way.
100%. Yeah.
What a woman.
Love her.
At 2, Boy Genius, the record.
Again, I'm putting this in another camp of people that they assume that I would be like in that world. Love Phoebe Bridgers and have listened to more of her solo stuff than Boy Genius more generally. But what I've heard I like, but I'm not in the world. I'm not in their world.
That's fair. Yeah. You can't be in every world.
You can't be in every world. I'm in so many worlds.
There's only so much passion a human being can have. We've got one left. It's just sad because I want to keep doing this.
Okay,
I'm
me
really
too.
enjoying this.
It's really fun.
At 1, Caroline Polachek, Desire, I Want to Turn Into You.
So her song, So Hot You're Hurting My Feelings, is that on that album?
Don't know. I've heard the album once. I'm not an aficionado.
Again, that song was like my anthem last year. Absolutely loved it so much. But again, it's just not an album that I'm like in, and it's not a world I'm in. But can respect who she is and what she does. We did it. With aplomb. Honestly, it's so fun.
You were great. I mean, this has been so much fun. My goodness.
So lovely.
So this is your chance to plug and promote what's going on in your world. Your poetry night's in 2 days. I'm sorry, we can't help you with that.
There'll be one in winter.
But you've got other stuff coming on. Tell the people
Absolutely.
What to look forward to.
So the biggie is definitely the launch of the vinyl. So the vinyl will be out next month. It's available for pre-order now. It's an immersive comedy soundscape set on a train. So if you need a distraction for an hour, whether that's in the home or if you're just on your commute and you want to listen to it as the MP3, the idea is that it's you get to like feel like you're on the train with me, and it's a comedy show, it's ASMR, it's storytelling, it's an immersive experience, it's everything and nothing. But it's available through my website or monkeybarrelrecords.com, and like I say, you can either go for the record itself or just the MP3, and to be honest, like I've bought vinyls before when I didn't have a vinyl player.
Sure.
And just like there's something about physical media that is just so satisfying to own. Like it's so lovely.
We've got to do a podcast about albums, Amy.
Exactly. It's so lovely. And yeah, it's got like a little insert with like the map of the show that I was talking about earlier. So it's like a fun artifact to have. So yeah, that is out and about in the world.
This has been absolutely class, Amy. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you so much.
I've been William Han. She's been Amy Matthews. She's been Chappell Roan. And this has been This Album.
Gorgeous.
Hey.
Gorgeous. What a joy.
Oh, Amy, that was so much fun. My God.
So lovely.